In this episode, we'll talk about chunking, the first but essential step when processing large number of documents or text through an LLM. We will discuss the different strategies how to chunk text to make more effective prompts. Chunking is a way of dealing with or remembering information by separating it into smaller groups or chunks. In LLM, this is a technique that splits text into smaller homogeneous units called chunks. This plays an important role in getting more relevant response from an LLM. Chunking is important because of two things. First, LLMs has limited context size. For example, GPT 3.5 can only process up to 4,000 tokens or about 3 pages of document. Second, chunking gives you the ability to refer to the exact source of information as a basis for your answer. When you split a document into pages, paragraphs, and sentences, you can cite the exact sentence where the answer was found. One key consideration in a chunk is that text in one chunk must refer to a single idea, usually a paragraph or a few paragraphs that talks about the same topic. This is important because one chunk is converted into its vector representation. This vector is then used as an index when searching for semantic similarity. If a chunk contains multiple unrelated words, it will not appear in any search because of low rank, or it will appear in all search results and yet irrelevant. At the same time, if texts are split in the middle of a context, it will be fragmented and lose its meaning. You may not be able to generate the correct answer. So finding the right technique for chunking is not very straightforward. Another thing to consider is context size actually includes the prompt instruction history. So a 3-page limit will be split to the relevant sources, instructions, and history. History is also important because humans respond to follow-up questions. So for a context size of 4,000 tokens, you cannot chunk documents into 4,000, not even 1,000, because you want several chunks included in your prompt. So a 500 to 800 token chunk size may be a good window for a 4,000 token window. Since GPT-4, the token size has already been increased. GPT-4 supports up to 32,000 tokens and Claude 2 supports up to 100,000 tokens. However, it is also important to note that LLMs are prone to loss in the middle. A study from Stanford found that performance changes when relevant information is moved into different parts of the document. That is, the beginning and the end of the text is given more weight than the content in the middle. As such, long documents may not perform good as shorter, more relevant documents. So there is merit to keeping your context short and concise. Another consideration is the cost. Cloud-hosted LLMs like OpenAI and Google's Vertex AI charges per token. So if you send a large number of tokens, you will be charged accordingly. And this can get pretty expensive quite quickly. Now, there are different chunking libraries that are already available. LangChain offers character text splitter and recursive character text splitter that allows you to split text documents by paragraph, sentence, and keep the length within the specified limit. Other chunking libraries include NLTK Text Splitter and Spacey Text Splitter that uses more advanced NLP technique to maintain the context. If you have control over documents, you can also consider Markdown chunking because Markdown layouts the document into headings, paragraphs that can be used for chunks. And let's chunk this episode here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Artificially Intelligent.